I got jars popping over here, and I've got my soup, which is just turned to off. And I'm going to let it do a natural slow release. So that's going to be about a half an hour before my little knobby here will drop down and I'll know it's safe to open. In the meantime, I'm going to make some bread. So hashtag let's bake. Now I don't make bread. So what I'm making is out of the Betty Crocker cookbook, which as you know is my favorite cookbook for learning new tricks and things. And I'm going to follow it actually. Whoop, there we go. That's the fourth one. Woohoo! 4 pops, 4 pops. Anyway, I am going to use basically the same things, which again, you know, you gotta figure out how to customize recipes so that you do things that you like. And you need to know which ingredients can be customized. So maybe this will help you a little bit. This recipe calls for fresh or dried rosemary, and I do not like rosemary. So instead of rosemary, I just used oregano. Usually I would use tarragon in place of rosemary, but I don't have any tarragon. And this is for just a fresh herb batter bread. So mine is going to have parsley, thyme, oregano, and a little bit of chive. And I've just got that all mixed here. And I'm going to put my other ingredients together. And like it's pretty easy, I think. So give me a minute to measure out my other ingredients, including yeast, which I really don't use very often, but I do want to start doing more baking and using, you know, just doing more of this kind of stuff. Because yeah, what if I like had to, right? I also want to learn how to do it in my Dutch oven. I have a Dutch oven that I can cook on outside that's never actually been used outside. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to get this open and get my flour ready, and then I'll come back and tell you what I'm doing. Anyway, back to the bread. So I am following my recipe. So I've got my 2 cups of flour, and then it wants a tablespoon of sugar. And you see I'm actually measuring. It's baking. You have to be more precise with baking. A teaspoon of salt. I don't know that I'll use quite that much salt. Salt is one thing I think that you can be a little bit flexible on most of the time. So I'm only going to use a half a teaspoon of salt because I like less salt. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, if you can adjust it or not, right? Because I don't know for sure. But we'll find out. And then, what else is it? 1 package of yeast, or 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. So here's my yeast. 1, 2, and 1/4. Okay, and then it says to mix that. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm going to do that. And then, what does it say? Add the warm water, the parsley, the shortening. Oh, I need a couple of tablespoons of butter. And I will need something to scrape the sides of the bowl with, apparently. So my water has dropped down to 120 degrees. It was 130. You want somewhere between 120 and 130. So in we go with the water. We'll see what happens, right? And then it says also to go in with your herbs. So we're going to throw those in. And it says to go in with your shortening, which is 2 tablespoons of butter that we're going to use. I gotta get in there and scrape down the sides a little bit on this. So there's 1 tablespoon. And where's another tablespoon? Told you I was not a baker, right? I mentioned that part. Ooh, I don't want that on the outside there. Okay, so I had to get that down in there. And I need to come in here with my little spatula and scrape the sides a bit. So turn that off and we'll unlock that and we'll come in here and we'll scrape down our sides. It's hard getting around this beater without touching it. I don't want to get dough all over my hands. Oh yes, green hair still. It's actually quite green on top still, isn't it? Sorry about that. Didn't mean to show you my bald spot. Anyway, let's mix this up for another couple of minutes while I check out the recipe. Oh, stir in the remaining 1 cup of flour until smooth. So where's my guard? Because holy cow, the mess that I make trying to add ingredients to this. It's not pretty. And so we're gonna add, that's a 1/2 cup. And another 1/2 cup. We'll take these over to here. Grab our bread pan, which has been greased sides and back. We're going to scrape this down one more time. It smells delightful. And yeasty. Now this is a no knead bread, so I don't need to knead it. Apparently, I can just get it all mixed up here. And I'm going to hand mix it, just a couple of spins. I'll take this off, just to make sure that I've scraped up everything from the bottom. Yeah, it's a little sticky. If you've never made, oh gosh, what kind of bread is this? I don't even know. It is a, oh, it should say on here, a batter bread. This is a batter bread. So, yeah, I've never made one before. Well, I might have. Like I've made some beer bread before, and I made some that was a, some that was, what was it? It wasn't a beer bread, but it was, well, you know, I've made banana breads and stuff. One that was a mix that you just added water to. Come on, get it all scraped out here. Okay, so I'm gonna just smooth this out a little bit. And then I'm going to get something to cover it with. It says to use a piece of plastic that's been sprayed with. It also says I can go in here and shape this with my hands, but I'm not too concerned about doing that. I don't care. I want it to look a little bit rustic, right? We're going to be dipping it in this soup, which I'm just about ready to open up and give a taste to. So, all right, there's that. I'm going to get something to cover it, and I'm going to get it into a warm spot to rise for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and I'll be back. Oh. Okay, so this is a little bit of the onion powder that I made myself. I'm going to toss that in there. And then this is a blend of spices that I got through the Thrive. And I thought, what the heck, I might as well try it. It's got some salt in it, spices, onion, garlic, chili pepper, a little bit of sugar. So we're going to go ahead and throw in about a tablespoon of that. And then I'm not going to add quite so much salt. I'm just going to add a little pinch. And I'm going to learn how to use my pepper grinder one of these days here. So I've turned this onto the slow cook function. And I'm going to add these spices and stuff to it. And, oh, I didn't grab the thyme. Well, we'll pretend that I did. Anyway, I'm going to let this sit for a while. I might go and find my regular old pepper. Just because. But let's give this a stir. And I'm going to leave that bay leaf in there for right now. And I'm going to let this simmer for a little while. I'll come back and give it a taste. My bread is rising. It looks like quite nicely. Hasn't quite doubled in size yet, but oh my goodness, that is rising nicely. So that's going to take at least 40 minutes to cook, and I'll bring you in for a close-up of that. I'm going to leave this to cook for a little while, and then I'll come back and taste it again, see if it needs anything else added. Well, my bread has gone a little crazy here. It went a little over half. Oopsie. But we're going to throw it in there anyway. I'm going to throw it in the oven. And yeah, it's at 375. Oop, I got to take that little chunk of, sorry, I had a little chunk of dough in there. Anyway, here we go. Throw that in the oven. And I'm going to set my timer. It's got 46. Okay, I'm going to set my timer for 40 minutes. Start. Okay. There we go. Our soup is tasting fabulous. I gave it another taste and it was delicious after adding that extra salt and pepper, and what else did I add? Some thyme and I think some more garlic and some more onion. And yeah, it's much more flavorful now, and it will be delicious with this lovely bread that we're baking. So yeah, I'll be back in a little while and we'll make my family taste test the food again, because that's what we do. And now look at this bread. Wow. That looks pretty darn good. Anyway, I'm going to pull it out and tap on it because it says it should sound kind of hollow. Oh yeah, that sounds done. Doesn't it? Alright, so I'm going to pull that out and get it over there onto my drying or my cooling rack. So remember when I was putting it in the oven and that part had stretched over the side and I didn't fix it before I put it in the oven? Don't do that. Take the time and fix it, because otherwise it will stick. It's stuck. It wrapped around and stuck to the top, and when I went to get it out, it ripped off of the bread. So anyway, I'm going to brush with this with some melted butter, and we're going to let it cool, and then we are going to eat it with that lovely soup over there. Camera
it's not
too.
That beer stuff again, is
it? It isn't.
Oh, good.
It isn't.
Where
It's.
do you want your bowl?
Just set it there on the counter.
Okay.
And here, pull your bowl up here. Look at this delicious soup.
That's enough to start with. I can always have seconds.
All right.
Depends on if I can stand it or not. You want?
I hope it's not too salty.
You want some spoons?
Yeah, we'll have those size sinks.
We don't have a knife. Everything's dirty. There's a clean one over there, I think. Oh no, you've got one here. Never mind.
Oh yeah, and I've got one there on the butter, or on the bread.
I'm gonna take the crust.
That's the crust, yeah.
What are we filming all of this for?
Because we're cooking with our Thrive foods. These are all Thrive well, the carrots are not Thrive. The carrots and the potatoes are stuff I dehydrated myself.
Okay.
But everything else, all the other vegetables are Thrive vegetables. Well, except the onion. I use fresh onion.
You've done this before with Thrive.
I have.
Yeah, quite a while ago.
Quite a while ago.
It's not Thrive beef though, is it?
No, it's not. It's
But
some
you
beef I had in the freezer. You can get
freeze-dried.
freeze-dried beef, yeah.
Have we ever used that?
I don't think so.
Freeze-dried anything? Tastes like Thrive. No. It's really no different than any other vegetables. You know, it tastes the same as any beef soup.
Beef vegetable soup?
Yeah, that you make.
Well, there you go.
Well, maybe not exactly the same.
Well, they're
with
never
different-
exactly the same.
Different spices in it or something, but no, basically,
Is it good?
yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
Your soups are always wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
what does she want, right?
I want dessert.
She wants dessert.
Dessert.
I am going to bake after dinner.
Thank you. No, it's good.
Okay, good. Did you try the bread?
No, I didn't.
Try a bite of the bread.
Okay.
My God.
Honey, you can get yours.
Let the woman eat.
You can get yours because you have to try it on camera too.
Why?
Because I said so.
Good bread.
What is this supposed
You
to be?
like it?
What is this supposed to be?
Okay.
Soup or stew?
It's supposed to be soup.
Oh, I was gonna say because it ain't stew.
Well, I can't thicken it if I'm going to can it.
Oh. All right. Whatever.
So it's soup. And there's bread.
Really? Is that what that's
It
called?
is. That's what
I
that's
would have
called.
never guessed.
And-
I was gonna go build a wall with it. Oh. Is that your bowl?
That is my bowl.
God, what is?
That's so you can put your bread on it.
I need that big plate.
Maybe you want lots of bread.
You give me a platter.
Well, she thought that you'd set your bowl on it and then set your
Who?
mother.
Well, your mother. You know. You're kind of weird.
She is a little bit odd.
I already tasted your bread.
This bread?
Were you not there when I picked up the piece and ate it?
Oh, no, I didn't see that. What did you think? Did you? Oh, I take it you like it.
See, people out there, what I got to deal with? She only sees what she wants to see
Oh, whatever.
when it comes to me. Right?
You're silly.
I'm not silly.
You are silly. Are you going to taste the soup?
I'm afraid to now.
Why?
It's hot.
It is hot. You can blow on it.
Here, Dave, burn your mouth. And tell me the cake ain't good.
I tasted it this time.
What'd you put in it? There's the spice in it.
Thyme.
Probably your time. All right,
You don't like it?
it's okay.
Okay.
I like the soup. Yeah, it's okay, but it's hot. You put that thyme in there.
I like thyme.
Well, I'm glad. I don't.
At least I didn't put rosemary in it.
Well, this is true. I'm missing my show.
Okay, go watch. Bye.
Go on.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
What?
Tell the lovely people what you thought of that bread the other day.
The bread was good.
And the soup?
It was good too. I don't know why you froze it all of a sudden.
The soup?
Yeah, we could have had that tonight.
Yeah, I guess we could have.
But no, you had to freeze it right away for some reason, which is really bizarre. But we didn't have any cheese.
We have lots of cheese.
Well, yeah, you had to cut it.
Yeah, you do have to cut it.
Did she give you cheese?
No, I told her no, I didn't want cheese.
Okay. You had to cut. I don't know how that works.
Well, maybe you ought to come out here and cut some cheese once in a while. Because then he'd have it for his sandwiches when he wants them. I do love that man so much. He has made me laugh since the very beginning of our relationship. Even before we started dating, he made me laugh. So yeah, that was always good. I like to laugh. I've always liked to laugh. If I'm not laughing, then you know, like, not that I don't like walk around like laughing maniacally all day long, but I try to see the finer points of life and the happy side of things. Where was I? So, how did that soup look? And that bread? It was pretty good, but I do need to remember to push it up on the side before I let it bake. Because, yeah, unless I'm going to, like, grease the outside of the pan as well so that it doesn't stick like it did and break all into pieces. But, man, it was really good. And Dave finished it off the very next day. And, yeah, so now I have to make more bread, apparently. Apparently I make bread now. Who knew? So, hashtag Let's Make Soup Wars. It is a go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go ahead and start it right now. I haven't finalized all the details yet. I might have a channel that's gonna collaborate with me, and I'm super excited about that. But the details still need to be worked out and all that little stuff. But I'm gonna say go ahead and start putting your entries in, guys. Start putting your hashtag Let's Make Soup Wars, and it doesn't have to be in an Instant Pot. It can be in any soup pot that you have, and it doesn't have to be enough to feed an army. Like usually when I make soup, I make a big old pot, and for the 3 of us, it's good for 3 or sometimes 4 meals. But you don't have to do that, right? You can make a little bit of soup as long as it's homemade, and yeah, made with real ingredients. That's all I care about. And yeah, you don't have to share your recipe. So, well, yeah, I mean, I didn't put my recipe in there. If you follow along, you can pretty much get the gist of it. I mean, soup is very versatile, right? And that's what I love about it, is you can throw soup together from almost anything. And you put the right herbs and spices in there, and it's going to taste delicious. So yeah, I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with. So one of the prizes is going to be a piece of my art. And so I've got, I finally, as you know, I got my trivets. I got my trivets to become heat proof. I make clocks. I make necklaces. I make, what else do I make? Coasters and clocks and paintings and all that. And the winner will get to pick a piece of my art, and I will send it. It can be anywhere in the world. Doesn't have to be winter where you are, although it's a fall-winter challenge. And the contest is going to end on the 21st of December. And then we'll have voting from like that day up until the 31st of December, or the 30th. I'll have to cut it off at the 30th, and then we'll do a prize announcement, a live announcement prize, New Year's Eve. How's that? I mean, that sounds good to me, and that's where I'm going to put it to start with. So, again, there's no restrictions on the kind of soup you can make. There's no restrictions to the kind of equipment that you can use to make your soup. Just share your best recipes and your best. And then the way we're going to vote it is very similar, well, pretty much the same as they did Meatloaf Wars. I'm going to have the people, you guys are going to vote on each other's soups and what you think is the best one of the best few. I'm still looking for judges, so if you're interested in judging, let me know. But yeah, we'll let people vote on which ones are the best, and we'll narrow it down, and then we'll let our judges pick a final. Or if there's an obvious winner, then we'll have just one winner. Or, you know, who knows? Maybe when the time comes, we'll have more than one winner. I don't know. But anyway, get your soup videos in there. Add to this playlist. Let me know that you've put one up. Oh, and that is the one rule. You got to use the hashtag Let's Make Soup Wars in your title, or in your description, or somewhere in there. You've got to have that. And then I will keep a running list under this video, and if there are any other announcements or whatever, I'll put them under here, and or pop on live or something, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm super excited. Let's make soup. Yay! I'm going to say goodnight right now and get this video edited and up. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye now. Thank you.